In this video, we'll demonstrate how to install a light fixture using the MonoSystems SnapMark 500 series steel Raceway. For Raceway projects that require greater wire capacity, like a ceiling fan installation, you can use our SnapMark 700 series steel Raceway. MonoSystems offers a range of steel Raceway parts, fittings, and accessories to fit both our SnapMark 500 series and 700 series. For this project, we'll be adding a light fixture to a ceiling by adapting an existing outlet to serve as the power source. Please note, this video is designed to show the ease of installing MonoSystems Raceway products. When it comes to all electrical wiring, please consult a licensed electrician. Here are the MonoSystems fittings and fixtures we'll be using today. A starter box, a deep outlet box, the MonoSystems steel Raceway, one flat elbow, two inside elbows, a round fixture box. We'll use the starter box to adapt our existing outlet into our light's power source. One inside elbow to transition from one wall to another, a flat elbow for a 90-degree turn up the wall, a deep outlet box to house our light switch, another inside elbow to transition from wall to ceiling, and finally, a round fixture box to house our light. For this project, you'll need the following tools: a drill, a fine-tooth hacksaw, a metal file, a Phillips head screwdriver, a slotted screwdriver, a wire stripper, wire snips, wire nuts, outlet power tester, a rubber mallet, a level, a tape measure, a stepladder. Before you begin, turn off the outlet's power by shutting off the breaker. Double check to make sure the outlet's power is off using the power tester. We'll start by installing the base for the starter box. This box will feed all downstream wiring, as well as housing any existing wiring. Start by removing the faceplate. Then remove the two receptacle outlet screws underneath. We'll get the base plate for our starter box, pull the outlet receptacle through it, and then secure the plate with two number 632 flathead mounting screws. Once completed, we'll connect these wires to the new ones we'll be adding. Use a level to mark the path the Raceway will follow to reach the adjoining wall. Mark your line from the center of the tongue on the side of the plate. This line will give you the location of your first inside elbow. Mark the end of the elbow as well as the screw holes. Now we'll start preparing our first segment of the Raceway run. This measuring and cutting process will be repeated for each segment of Raceway along the entire run, from the outlet to the final fixture box. Measure the distance from the outlet box tongue to the elbow tongue. The Raceway will need to be inserted over each of these tongues. You'll need about 3/4 of an inch of overlap for the elbow fitting and 3/8 of an inch for the box. So that's 1 1/8 inches total. For longer runs, use support clips every 2.5 feet. Use a stud finder to find studs along the path. If you can't attach the clips to studs, use hollow wall anchors as shown here. Drill one hole per clip. Secure each clip with a screw. Use screws with a flathead. Cut the Raceway to length with a fine-tooth hacksaw. Using a metal file, carefully deburr the cut before inserting bushings into each end. Now we're ready to install our first segment of Raceway. Slide the Raceway onto the base plate, slide the Raceway into the elbow tongue, then screw the elbow to the wall. Cut another segment of Raceway following the same steps as before. Be sure to add 1 1/8 inches to get the final length for your next segment of Raceway. Cut the Raceway to this length, file away any burrs, and install the bushings into the cut ends. Install this length of Raceway the same way as before. This time, instead of using an inside elbow, we'll use a flat elbow for a 90-degree turn up the wall. Use a level to mark the vertical path up from this elbow. Now mark the location where you'll want to install your light switch. 48 inches above the floor is the typical height. Position the switch box and mark the top and bottom. Use these marks as a guide to position the base of the switch box. And mark the screw holes. Cut the next segment of Raceway, repeating the same process as before. Remember to measure from the end of the tongue of the flat elbow to the bottom tongue of the switch box plate, and then add 1 1/8 inches to get your final Raceway length. Screw the switch box base into the wall. Now we'll continue our run upward from the light switch and use our second inside elbow to transition from wall to ceiling. Use a level to mark the vertical path from the switch box base. We'll repeat the process again, temporarily positioning the inside elbow base fitting in order to mark the screw holes and to get the right Raceway measurement from the top of the switch box base. Find a stud or use a wall anchor and install clips about every 2.5 feet along the run. Cut and file the next segment of Raceway. Tap the Raceway into the clip, then screw in the elbow. Time to install the fixture box for our light. Use your level to draw a straight line from the elbow out to the point on the ceiling where you'd like your light fixture. Hold the round fixture box in position and trace it to mark its location. Measure the length from the top of the switch box base to the inside elbow and 1 1/8 inches. Cut, deburr, and add bushings. We'll install our final support clips at 2.5 foot intervals. Slide the Raceway onto the elbow tongue and tap it into the support clip to hold it in place while you install the device box for the light fixture. Slip the tongue of the device box plate into the Raceway and hold it in place as you install the first screw. Now we're ready to add the fixture box. The Raceway is now installed, and all that's left is to complete the wiring. Remember to consult a licensed electrician for any wiring jobs. Start at the elbows and push the wire through the entire run in both directions. Feed the wire into the Raceway and connect the devices. Push the wires through the Raceway, leaving several inches of extra wire at both the light switch and the fixture box. Complete the run by attaching all the elbow caps. Remove the knockouts from the deep outlet box and starter boxes. Make sure the knockout matches the Raceway profile used in your project. For the 500 series Raceway, we'll use the shallower knockout. Install the boxes using the corner screws and feeding the ends of the wires through the center. Wire the switch and install it into the center screw holes. Then add the faceplate. Repeat this process to reinstall the outlet, and the snap mark installation is complete. Now it's time to turn the breaker back on. And now the run is completed. All parts are available in ivory or white, and for custom colors, all Snapmark parts are also paintable. To check out more innovative wire and cable management products, visit MonoSystems.com.